Have you ever felt someone watching you, even when you're alone? That unsettling chill running down your spine. What if it wasn't just your imagination? Tonight, I'll take you into a story that starts with innocent curiosity. Just a glance, a fleeting moment. But what unfolds will make you question everything. Who's really in control? And what happens when you step too close to the edge? Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you'll be checking your own shadows, and maybe even your reflection. But be warned, the answer might not bring you comfort. Are you sure? You're the only one watching? It started as a curiosity. Innocent, I told myself. Just a fleeting interest in someone who stood out from the crowd. She wasn't like the others. She wasn't trying to be seen, and yet, she was impossible to ignore. Her name was Emma. I remember the first time I saw her, a Tuesday evening, at exactly 7:43 in the evening. She was leaving the coffee shop on 5th and Main. She ordered chamomile tea. Chamomile. Who drinks that when the world is wired on caffeine? She was calm, composed, and to me, radiant. I didn't plan on following her that night, but then again, most important things in life aren't planned, are they? She was my muse, my purpose. Every Thursday she'd sit by the window in that coffee shop typing away. I began to piece together her life, her morning runs, her work hours, her routines. It wasn't obsession, it was devotion, love. But then, he appeared. That man with his perfect suit and forced charm. I didn't like how close he stood. I didn't trust him. She deserved someone better, someone like me. I hacked her accounts, intercepted their conversations. I left anonymous messages warning her about him. I even followed them one night, ensuring she made it home safely. I wasn't a threat. I was her protector. But things began to change. Strange, subtle things. My journals, the ones where I chronicled her life, had pages torn out. My private folders, my photos of her, were being deleted. And then I started receiving messages, anonymous ones. They weren't warnings, they were taunts. "Who's watching you now?" one read. My security cameras caught shadows that didn't belong. My phone rang in the middle of the night. But when I answered, all I heard was her voice. "Did you think I didn't notice?" I couldn't take it anymore. I had to face her to make her understand. So I waited outside her apartment. When she finally came home, I stepped into the light. She turned, startled at first, but then she smiled. It wasn't the smile I had dreamed of. It was colder, calculated. She looked at me and said, "I've been waiting for you." Before I could speak, I heard them. Other footsteps. A figure stepped out of the shadows behind me. And then another. They weren't strangers. They were people I'd seen watching me. Her smile widened. "You thought you were invisible, didn't you? That no one saw the predator lurking? I've been tracking you. You left a trail so easy to follow. Pathetic." I begged. I told her I meant no harm. But she didn't listen. Instead, she leaned in close and whispered, "Now you'll know what it's like to live in fear." Since that night, I've been running. Everywhere I go, there's a shadow, a camera lens, a presence I can't shake. She's not stalking me alone. There's a network, people she's recruited, all watching. And it's not just her, it's them. I used to think I was in control, that I was the one pulling the strings. Now I don't know if I'll ever feel safe again. She turned my own methods against me. She made me the hunted. You've heard my story, but now I want to hear yours. Have you ever been the watcher? The one who notices what others miss? Or maybe you've felt the weight of unseen eyes on you. Share your experience in the comments below. I'm listening. And if this made you think, if it stirred something inside, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it. and subscribe for more stories that uncover what's hiding in plain sight. Because sometimes the only way to truly see is through another's eyes.